poor continent, and these have added to the high level of unemployment they have been facing. Poor education is one of the major causes of unemployment in most countries that do not make serious care of their education sector. Nations who do not back up what the students are taught in the individual institutions of higher learning with practical background are likely to vomit graduates yearly who cannot make good impact to the society. When the graduates that are given out every year cannot defend what they studied, the only thing they do is to add to the unemployment level of the country. Linking poor education level of nations with unemployment, Democratic Republic of Congo has one of the lowest education enrollments in the African continent, destroyed during the nation's civil war. So the poorer the education sector of any country, the higher the increase in unemployment rate of the country. Nigeria, as a country located in Africa, has full of skills and still suffer from unemployment. A skillful person can adapt in many environments and feed appropriately to the fullness. One of the principal causes of unemployment among adults of different locations of the world is because good skills which can give them self-employment are lacking in them. There are many importance of skill acquisition. In many nations of the world, undergraduates are seriously working hard to acquire material certificates without putting into consideration the importance of skill acquisition. A skillful human being can stand at any point of test. When paper certificates are supported with skills, their strengths are increased.
There's huge challenges of unemployment in the country today, and so many youth really want to do more for themselves. But the government are really not doing anything for a lot of us. And because of the passion we have to start a business of our own, a little business of our own.
It was the challenge of getting a job, getting a good job that, propelled me to think and work towards doing my own business. There's no job. I couldn't find a good job. But what I did was I started thinking. Although initially I got a job, but it was a very low paid job, and you have to work and work and work and work and work. But I wasn't satisfied. It was not a good job. It wasn't good enough at all. So I decided to go into my own business. Of course, I have no capital. There was nobody to assist me. But the little money I had, I started with it. And I find myself doing it. I'm getting into it. I'm getting used to the job.
It is not a crime for someone who is studying mechanical engineering to go to a roadside mechanic technician and learn how to repair vehicles. When he learns this, it lessens insult which may be added to his injury after his graduation. The students, when they have the necessary skills on their area of specialization, unemployment will be reduced as they will be employed. But contrary to that, there will be consistent rise in unemployment level. It is shameful to hear that those who graduated from electronics and computer engineering in most developing or underdeveloped countries cannot produce or repair any electrical appliance. The major reason for that is because the skill needed are lacking. Youth, adults, and even the young are to go for skills to back themselves up.
We must tailor our educational system in such a way that is far beyond getting a certificate. It must become heavily entrepreneurial in orientation. What people could do with their hands, their creativity, not just looking for a white-collar job, office jobs. So if government will help in this regard, giving us a fine philosophy and tailor our educational system from the kindergarten level to the graduate level, in such a way that what they learn there, they can get out of the school and have their hands on one or two things that can really generate fun for them.
There are those who suffer from laziness, the way patients suffer from diseases. They cannot attend work in a week without being late in at least 2 work days. This cankerworm that has eaten deep into their bodies became difficult for them to stop, and so the CEO has to get the latecomers sacked. poor government planning. A government that fails in their duty to help minimize unemployment in any country is as bad as a shepherd that does not care for his flocks. Due to the government's weakness, unemployment becomes the major problem in the country. Selfish governments does not work hard in creating production companies where citizens of the country can get employed to reduce unemployment. Rather, they keep on embezzling the public fund. When the funds that are supposed to be used by the government to provide employment for the masses is not used, the next that follows is persistent rise in unemployment status. Truly, many have lost so much from internet fraudsters. According to Internet Crime Complaint Center report, a total of about 525,441,110 USD dollars were lost through internet scam in year 2012. In the same year, the body received about 289,874 complaints from those who were scammed. Also, according to Swift Science, which is an organization that fights internet fraud, the top 4 countries that indulge in internet fraud in the whole world are Latvia, Egypt, United States, and Mexico. Poor mechanization is another cause of unemployment. Mechanization is an introduction of machines or automations to facilitate production processes. In most developing countries, lack of mechanization is one of the principal causes of unemployment among the citizens of the countries. Some people in developing parts of the world are still making use of crude equipment for cultivation of crops. This is why many find it difficult to become engaged in agriculture as their source of employment. But when agriculture in the part of the world is mechanized, people will find it interesting to practice agriculture with joy. Many establishments will have employed more and more workers if there are good mechanization processes that are obtainable in those establishments. Taking universities as one of the establishments, when they are equipped with machines like computers for accessing of information, big generators, air conditioners, and other valuable machines, some engineers, computer scientists, and other people of different disciplines have their roles to play and they become employed. Poor mechanization is indeed a contributor of unemployment among people of different races. Unemployment can result to migration, whereby people move from one particular area where one is located to another in search of greener pasture. Unemployment has made many citizens of specific country to move to other countries, work in the new locations, earn their money from that new location, and even die there at their old ages because they take the new place they migrate to as their new homes. Another result of unemployment is conflicts. There is a popular saying that an hungry man is an hungry man. What is that makes the man angry, which subsequently leads to hunger? The answer is that unemployment can make a man angry, which results to hunger. When a large number of citizens are unemployed, conflicts can come in because they are angry and hungry at the same time. Many disagreements that are going on in some states of the world can be attributed to unemployment. People who are unemployed can come up one day and plan to indulge in rioting because of the problem of unemployment in the states. They, in some cases, move to government houses of their states in anger to show the disagreements they have against the ruling government. Crime is another consequence of unemployment. What business does an employed worker have with criminal acts going on in his or her country? Most people start thinking of one crime or the other that they will indulge in to make money when there is no source of income for them. It is said that an idle mind is devil's workshop. Unemployment has made many minds to be idle, which hence results to crime engagements. Many crimes committed today are because people do not have what they do for their living. So when they stay alone, they fabricate one wicked act they will carry out, which is known as crime. It is clear that any nation which faces unemployment will have decline in industrial production. This is because those who are to employed into various manufacturing companies are not given opportunities to boost the output of the country. Employing graduates and learned persons will increase products which are yearly produced in many nations. When there is fewer numbers of cosmetic companies in a nation, instead of having many, the yearly output made by the country will be small. But when there are many cosmetic companies that produce the same products, the yearly cosmetic products will be of high increase. The high increase is because more workers were employed, which helped in rapid outputs that were obtained. In contrast, due to low national industrial output because of unemployment, nation gross domestic product (GDP) decreases. Mathematically, unemployment is directly proportional to poverty. Even any baby who is taught on unemployment can know that unemployment can result to poverty. In year 2013, release of top countries that face high unemployment rate by International Labour Organization, Africa faces the highest unemployment rate. When this is compared with poverty level of African continent, it is not far-fetched that Africa continent is the poorest continent in the world. Where there is high level of unemployment, kidnap and robbery will set in. The cause of the kidnapping can be traced to be unemployment, as one who has no job to sustain him can indulge in such act to make some money which he or she will use for daily expenses. I do not think that a full-fledged human being who makes enough money from where he is employed will have time to plow evil in the name of kidnapping to get ransom in return. Even if there are those who are working and still engaging in kidnapping of people, they are of minimal number. According to the report of kidnapping in the year 2000, Iraq was known to be the country with highest kidnapping activities, with a total of about 1,500 foreigners kidnapped in that year. In the year 2004, Mexico registered the highest in kidnapping activity. Again, an estimate of about 12,500 to 25,500 persons are kidnapped per year in the world. Robbery is another socio-criminal activity which can to be a result of unemployment. One whose conscience is dead and wants to make money either by hook or crook can force himself into robbery to make money. Robbers have caused a lot of injuries to innocent persons and have shed a lot of blood. Many do this because they want to meet up with the demand of life, which they think that the only option available to them is by armed robbery attack. To make law is good, as it is a set of rules that govern a group of persons living in a particular society or state. Laws are made by the lawmakers, and anyone who goes against it faces the kind of music attributed to the offense. In a nutshell, any citizen that goes contrary to the laws governing the state faces the punishment attributed to it. Notwithstanding the importance of law in any society, unemployment has made some laws to be lawlessness. People are no longer obedient to certain laws that govern a group of persons because the government who made the laws are not able to provide opportunities for the citizens to get employed in many places of work. The constitution of every nation prohibits armed robbery, yet people break this law as a result of what unemployment caused.
Government will also need to put some policies with human face, practical policies that can help these young ones. It's supposed to be programs for youth empowerment, not just on the paper, but in real substance, where they can go, learn trade, practical things to do with their hands, and try to give them one or two funds to establish them. And when they do, it really helps the youth to become a better citizen in the society. And our future will get brighter than what it is presently.
There is a need for a radical reform in the areas of skill acquisition centers, agricultural development scheme for creation of employment opportunities, and holistic restructuring of peace-building mechanism to curb these social ills and reposition the drifting nation to a more purposeful track.